The most jealous zodiac signs when they feel replaced. Jealousy is not always obvious. Sometimes it looks like checking who liked your post, noticing how warmly you spoke to someone else, or becoming strangely distant after feeling ignored. The real trigger is often not attention itself, but the fear of being replaced by someone more exciting, more attractive, or easier to love. Some people confront that fear directly. Others compare, withdraw, or quietly test whether they still matter. A small shift in closeness can suddenly feel like proof that their place is no longer secure. Today, we're looking at the most jealous zodiac signs when they feel replaced. For this ranking, check your moon sign and Venus sign. Your moon sign shows emotional security, attachment, and what makes you feel safe or threatened. Your Venus sign reveals how you give and receive love, what kind of reassurance you need, and how you react when affection seems to move elsewhere. At number 7, Virgo. Virgo's jealousy is usually quiet because they do not like appearing irrational or out of control. Instead of openly asking, "Are you replacing me?" they begin observing. They notice changes in your routine, your replies, the people you mention more often, and where your effort seems to be going. When Virgo senses that their position is becoming uncertain, comparison begins. They may study the other person and mentally list everything that person has that they do not. Maybe they are not attractive enough, interesting enough, useful enough, or emotionally easy enough. Their insecurity often turns inward before it turns into accusation. But if the worry keeps building, Virgo can become sharper. They may criticize the other person or suddenly point out flaws that did not seem important before. Virgo ranks 7th because they usually try to manage these feelings privately. But the more overlooked they feel, the more their anxiety can leak out through analysis, judgment, and subtle comparisons. At number 6, Libra. Libra wants to feel chosen and socially secure. They pay close attention to the balance of attention, so when someone else receives more warmth, praise, or excitement, Libra notices immediately. They may still smile, stay polite, and act relaxed, but internally, they are measuring the shift. A jealous Libra may not confront the issue directly. Instead, they become more charming, polished, or socially visible. If you make them feel replaceable, they may post something flattering, reconnect with other people, or casually mention the attention they are receiving elsewhere. It is not always about revenge. It is about restoring balance and proving that they are still desirable. Libra can also become passive-aggressive when reassurance does not come. They may say, "No, it's fine," while making the emotional distance impossible to ignore. Libra ranks 6th because their insecurity often hides behind grace. But when they feel overlooked, image, comparison, and indirect competition can become their defense. At number 5, Leo. Leo may be perfectly comfortable with someone else receiving attention until that attention starts to feel like a comparison. They want to feel special to the people they love, so when someone else seems more exciting, impressive, or important, their pride becomes involved. You may notice Leo becoming louder, funnier, more affectionate, or more dramatic when they sense competition. They do not always admit what they are feeling. Instead, they try to win the room back. If you praise someone else too enthusiastically, Leo may quickly remind you what they bring to the table. The deeper issue is not simply wanting attention. Leo wants confirmation that their place is secure. When that certainty disappears, they may become cold, offended, or unusually sensitive to small signs of rejection. Leo ranks 5th because their jealousy is often visible, but it usually comes from a wounded need to feel irreplaceable rather than from secret suspicion. At number 4, Taurus. Taurus reacts strongly when emotional consistency suddenly changes. What bothers them is not only another person. It is the feeling that something dependable is becoming uncertain without warning. Once Taurus invests in someone, they expect the bond to remain steady, familiar, and secure. When another person begins entering that space, Taurus may watch quietly at first. They want to know whether the shift is temporary or whether their position is actually changing. But once they believe they are being pushed aside, possessiveness can grow quickly. They may ask more questions, want more of your time, or become visibly tense when certain names come up. Taurus also remembers changes in behavior. Even after reassurance, they may hold on to the moment your attention felt different and wonder whether it could happen again. Taurus ranks 4th because their jealousy comes from disrupted trust and stability. Once the connection stops feeling predictable, They find it difficult to relax until consistency is restored. At number 3, Pisces. Pisces often senses emotional changes before anything has been said. A different tone, a delayed reply, or new enthusiasm in your voice can make them wonder whether your feelings are moving elsewhere. Their imagination then fills in the missing details, sometimes creating a story far more painful than the reality. When Pisces feels replaced, they may begin emotionally preparing for the loss before they even know whether it is happening. They might idealize the other person, assuming they are more attractive, more interesting, or easier to love. The comparison becomes less about facts and more about everything Pisces fears they are lacking. Instead of asking directly, they may withdraw into sadness, become unusually quiet, or start acting as though the ending is already decided. Pisces ranks third because their fear can become an entire inner narrative. Once they believe that story, reassurance has to compete not only with the present situation, but with the abandonment they have already imagined. At number 2, Cancer. Cancer's jealousy is rooted in emotional security, shared history, and belonging. They invest through care, memory, and loyalty, so replacement can feel like being erased from a role they worked hard to build. If someone else begins receiving the closeness Cancer once had, the reaction can be deeply personal. A jealous Cancer may remind you, directly or indirectly, of everything the two of you have shared. They remember the promises, private moments, support, and emotional labor that created the bond. Their real question is not simply, do you like this person more? It is, does everything we built still matter? Cancer may become quieter or more withdrawn, but unlike Pisces, the focus is often on the history of the relationship. They want proof that the past still carries weight and that their place has not been casually handed to someone new. Cancer ranks second because when they feel displaced, they fear losing emotional priority, familiarity, and the sense that they are still your safe place. And at number 1, Scorpio. Scorpio takes the top spot because feeling replaced touches one of their deepest fears: losing loyalty, exclusivity, and emotional importance. Scorpio does not want shallow reassurance. They want to know that the bond is real, private, and difficult for anyone else to enter. When Scorpio senses a shift, they begin watching closely. They notice who you defend, mention, or hide, and how your energy changes around certain people. They may ask questions that sound casual, but are anything but casual. They are listening for hesitation, inconsistency, and anything that confirms their suspicion. A jealous Scorpio can become silent, intense, or emotionally testing. They may pull back to see whether you chase them, act indifferent to hide how affected they are, or become more controlling because uncertainty feels unbearable. They rarely forget the exact moment they felt like second place. Scorpio ranks number 1 because replacement can feel like betrayal before betrayal has even happened. Once they believe someone else has entered their emotional territory, trust becomes harder, questions become sharper, and reassurance must be demonstrated rather than simply spoken. So those are the most jealous zodiac signs when they feel replaced. Jealousy does not automatically mean someone is controlling or unhealthy. Often, it reveals where a person feels uncertain, unseen, or afraid of losing something meaningful. The healthiest response is not to compete harder, punish someone, or pretend not to care. It is to name the fear honestly, ask for clarity, and decide whether the relationship still offers the security both people need. Comment your moon sign and Venus sign below, and tell me how you react when you feel replaced. Did your sign make the list, or did one section sound exactly like someone you know? Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more zodiac rankings.